with a lot of work. Thank God.
Yeah, so busy.
Yes, but fine.
Hey, that's great. You know what? A very productive week is a good thing. Very
Yes,
good.
I think so.
All right. Thank you very much, Monse. All right, Francisco, how has your week been?
It has been a very slow week.
Slow? Why?
Not much movement.
Ah, so relaxing.
Yeah,
Relaxing or relaxed? Relaxed. So relaxed.
relaxed. Yes.
Hey, that's good. Or how are you used to? So you like a very busy time? How do you feel better?
Um, I feel better in the middle of both. Not so busy and not so relaxed.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Thank you very much, Francisco. All
Thanks.
right. So, Miriam, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
Excellent. What about your week? How has it been?
Oh, it was tired.
Tiring. Why?
We had so much work, so and the weekend was so short.
Mm, yeah, that's it. Sometimes we would like a little more time for resting.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Well, let's hope that it's gonna be a little more relaxing the other part of the week. Thank you very much, Miriam.
Thank
Uh,
you.
All right, Maria Fernanda, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Excellent. That's very good. Tell me, how about your week? How has your week been?
Well, I had a lot of homework, but my week was great. I'm happy now.
Hey, that's very good. You know, I think that the most important is that part. If you are happy, everything is okay.
Yes, I think.
All right. Thank you very much. All
Thank
right.
you.
You know what? Today we are going to work about eco-guilt. That's the topic for today's class. Here we are, eco-guilt. So we are going to consider if we are 100% eco-friendly, and we are going to question ourselves, how much do we damage the environment? So, Miriam, what do you think about this topic of damaging the environment?
Oh, well, I think actually we're making so much damage to the environment because we just don't recycle and use too many things that are disposable, like water bottles and all the all the things we use to buy food, like boxes or glasses or like cartoon glasses, I think.
Beakers, yes. Or maybe some metallic bags.
Yeah, too.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Thank you very much, Miriam. Francisco, talk to me about your opinion. Do you consider that we damage the environment?
Yes, I think we are causing so much damage to the environment because we don't have a recycling culture. Am I saying it okay?
It's okay, yes. Recycling
Okay.
culture.
Okay. Um, uh, we do recycle, but the quantities are so below the acceptable, and beyond that, we don't dispose correctly with the garbage we generate.
Yeah, that's it. You know what? That part is very important because we think that just separating things is enough, and I think that it is not enough. So how do you consider that it should be?
I think it should be like another countries. As an example, in Japan, as if I remember well, they send different um, garbage trucks. I don't know, for each day. So today you left technology disposals, and tomorrow it's organics, and the other day is plastic bags and bottles. I think it should be like that.
Yeah, you're right. It should be very, it would be really interesting and very intelligent. All right.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Please, Maria Fernanda, talk to us about it. What do you think?
Okay. First of all, I have to say that I love the nature, and I think we are so bad with the environment because we don't think about the things we do. And I don't know, I think that with all the chemicals that we produce, we do so much damage to environment.
Yeah, that's it. You're right. Thank you very much, Maria Fernanda. All right, Monse, please talk to us about it.
I think that we are very bad with the earth. We can use some things or recycle, and we don't do that because it's more easy. For example, I am fine with the thing that the I don't know how to say it's the straw. The use of the straw is not so good. See it right now. Even the some people buy you some straw of aluminium. So I think that we have to take conscious, no, being I don't know how to say
Yes.
it.
Yeah,
Conscious,
to be conscious.
yeah, to be conscious about that because it's our home, and we have to have in better situation our home and the home of the animals. I am a pet lover, so I think that we are very bad with the earth.
Yeah, that's it. That you mentioned something so interesting. You said that it's our home. It's everybody's home, and it's the only one. So yes, we should be more conscious about it. You're right. Okay, thank you very much. Irma, can you listen to us? Hello, Irma? Can you hear me? Maybe Irma is having problems with her microphone. Let's see. All right. You know what? I would like to show you some images. And now the task is going to be how to describe it. All right. We are going to be, we are going to do descriptions. All right. Here. This is what I call progress. So I don't know what we are doing, how we are doing, and why we are doing. This is what we have caused. Our side of the glamorous progress. So I want you to do me a favor. Please help me describing one picture, the one that you like, the one that you prefer. But please help me to mark it. Use the anotar tool that we have in the platform so that you can mark what picture you are talking about, something like this. All right? Of course, you can use any tool. Do you remember how to use it? Hello?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
so.
Yes? All right. For the ones who don't remember, we are going to take the mouse to the part where it says, estás compartiendo la pantalla de Maggie Argot. And there you are going to have options. In the options, you are going to find anotar. And there, click on anotar. You are going to have a sub menu that it's going to give you lots of possibilities like texto, dibujar, estampar, all right? So that you can mark the images you would like to talk about, all right? Yeah, so far so good?
Yes.
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 All right, so who's first? Let's do it voluntarily. Hello?
Me.
All right, Miriam.
I can do it first. Yes, I chose the first one, the first image with the yellow mark. Um, I think many industries, despite the fact they are trying to be more eco-friendly, we are not still on the point where we can help uh, or not do the damage. I think we need more activities that help us to maintain a healthy environment.
That's it. So could you describe the picture? Could you tell us what you see?
Oh, I can see like many smoke over there. It seems like an industry or something big. I need glasses,
It's
by
okay.
the way.
It's okay. But yes, you're right. They are industries, they are factories. And it is a smoky image.
Okay.
I thank you very much. Okay, who's next? Any volunteer? Hello? Volunteers, don't go. Don't go. Don't run away.
Me.
All right, Monse.
Ah, no, María Fernanda.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Maria Fernanda, Marifer, please, let's do it.
Okay, I choose the middle one.
All right. Could you help me marking it with another tool?
Yes. Um, this.
Excellent. All right. Thank you.
Okay. I don't know. I see sadness in that person, and I don't know. Maybe he has already lost the hope of being able to change the environmental situation, and I don't know. It's so much trash here. It's so sad for me see that, and I hope we can change that.
That's it. That's what we are doing. Yes, you're right. All right, Marifer, thank you very much. Okay, now who's next? Any other volunteer? Don't be shy.
Can I go third?
Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead.
So I choose the cut down trees.
Could you mark it?
Um, I have already did it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't see it. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Um, what I see here is the I don't know how to say tala inmoderada.
Deforestation.
Okay. Deforestation has reached greater levels in recent years. As an example, we can see the Amazonian woods, or am I saying it well?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. And the Amazonia, it's been shrinking since decades ago. So we are causing that one of the biggest, how do I say pulmon?
Long. L-U,
One,
long.
okay. One of our biggest lungs, it's been killed. So less trees, less oxygen. And that's it. I think it describes the image.
Yeah, that's it. You're right. And it is completely sad to see that we ourselves are destroying our house. But, well, yes, thank you very much. All right, so Irma, welcome. How are you? Hello, Irma. Mm, maybe Irma is having problems also. All right, so any other volunteer, please?
Me.
All right, yes, we listen to you.
It's going to be. Wait a minute. Here. There. This one.
Aha,
Ah, yeah.
excellent.
Okay. I think that we are consuming all the animal resources in the world. The ocean is not an exception because we are picking up more fishes that we need, and this is going to be so bad. It's right now bad, but in some years it's going to be so bad because we are finishing the resources to eat, and we are using some tools that are not very fair with the environment. For example, in La Paz, Baja California, they are fighting so much because some fishermen, they are using explosives to, when they see a very big bank of fishes,
A fish.
they put fish, and they put some TNT, or I don't know, explosives,
Uh-huh.
and they damage also the coral resources
The
and
coral reefs.
the coral reef and the animals too.
My goodness. So that's unconscious. That's totally unresponsible.
Yes,
Oh
but
my.
it's more easy to pick up the fishes in that way. So many fishermen, they are using it.
Yeah, so it's easier.
Yes.
Those fishermen should think about what they are doing because, all right, they are doing it easier and faster, but what's going to happen then whenever we have already finished with all of the resources?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my. Well, thank you very much, Monse. All right.
Thank you.
Any other volunteers? Come on, volunteers. Alma, hello.
Hello, teacher. Good night.
Good evening. How are you?
Um, I'm fine, teacher. Thank you.
Excellent. That's pretty good. All right. So please, Alma, talk to us about what you see. Choose one of the pictures and please describe it.
Okay. um, the wait, please. Okay, I see in the image beach, the central image.
The, do you want me to mark it?
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Okay, I see. I see a beach with a lot of garbage and the a person, a worried person. Um, I think he cannot fishing because there are many garbage.
Yeah, there's a lot of garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Well, thank you very much. You know what? I think that everything that we are watching is man-made. We have already done all of those things. Not only we, but also industries, also unconsciousness. But anyway, it's our fact. So I think that it is necessary that we turn around and see what's the future for our environment and try to fix it. Let's try to do something. All right, so look at this. What we are going to do now is to work on vocabulary. All right, here you are some exponents of vocabulary that are going to be very useful for you to express about these situations, these environmental problems. I would like you to help me reading, please. Please, Alma, why don't you help me reading this part? Pollution from garbage. Could you?
Yes.
All right.
Pollution from garbage.
Yes.
Little
Uh-huh.
industrial waste,
Good.
household waste, and landfill.
Excellent. Thank you very much. All right. So do anybody of you have any question about these words? Do you know what they mean?
What landfill means?
Landfill. It's when the government or some organization put all the garbage in certain places. For example, here in Mexico City, there is the Bordo de Xochiacac, that it's a landfill. It's a place where all of the trash trucks take the garbage they recollect. That's the landfill.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. What about leader? Do you know what leader means?
No.
No. Leader means when we go down, walking down the street or by car or however we are in the street and we threw trash. It's to leader.
Yeah,
That's
like when we don't put the garbage in the right place, right?
it. Aha, that's it. All right. So what about industrial waste?
It's all the disposal that makes that the industry made.
Pretty good. What about Household waste.
All the garbage we make.
At home,
Mhm.
yes, that's it. All right, thank you very much. Okay, any other volunteer, please, for reading this part?
Maybe I can do it.
Oh, yes, of course. Please.
So, pollution,
Uh-huh.
water pollution, air pollution, soil pollution.
All right. So, do you have any doubt about these exponents? What does pollution mean?
Contamination,
Uh-huh. That's it. All right. So, what about water pollution? What is water pollution?
all the waste we drop in the water,
Uh-huh, that's it. Very good. What about air pollution?
um, the smoke, and all that non-solid contamination.
Uh-huh, that's it. And what about soil pollution?
When we leave um, mm, the earth sterile, well, I don't know what to say. How do you
Uh-huh.
say sterile?
Soil is like tierra, terreno.
Okay,
So yes, soil pollution, then it's all the contamination that we do in the ground. All right.
okay.
Okay, thank you very much. So any other volunteer, please? Volunteers. Hello.
Me.
Excellent, thank you. Now we are going to talk about global issues.
Okay. Global issues is global warming, land degradation, climate change, and deforestation.
Thank you very much. So what does global warming mean? What is it?
Maybe is all the changes in the climate
Mm,
and the weather.
yeah, that's it. Excellent. What about land degradation?
Um, it's about the earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's something like cut the trees or something like that.
Yes, something like that. You know, land degradation is whenever the rain is taking out the soil, uh, the air is taking all the soil also. Into Spanish, we call it erosion.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
All right, so what about climate change?
All the changes.
Aha,
I
that's
mean, there's rain or
yeah,
sunny or something like that.
yeah. You know what? Here in Mexico City, it is tremendously changing. The climate, the weather is tremendously changing. Sometimes it is extremely hot. At other day, it's cold. And the second part of the day is raining, so too much climate change, too many climate changes. All right, thank you. So what about deforestation?
It's about trees or plants or something like
Aha,
that.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah, whenever we chop the trees in an irrational way.
Yes, it's so sad.
Okay, so look at this. Now let's go please to the next part. Saving the environment. Could anybody help me reading Saving the Environment?
I
Here,
can do it.
thank you.
Saving the environment, recycling, clean energy, protection, national park.
So please, do you know what those recycling mean?
Recycling is like the second use of the things.
Excellent. That's it. What about the clean energy? What is clean energy?
When we don't use the no renewable energy like oil, and we create energy from water or something like that.
That's it. Yes, thank you, Miriam. What about, well, protection is very clear. National park. Do you have any problem with this national park?
No.
No.
All right, thank you. Now let's go to the next. Here we are. Uh, Causes of environmental problems. I think it is going to be so interesting. What do you think about it? Anybody who would help me? The ones who haven't spoken.
Me.
All right.
Causes of environmental problems: exhaust gases, illegal dumping, habitat destruction, intensive farming, overpopulation, intensive farming, overgrazing, and carbon emissions.
Thank you very much. Here we have one exponent repeated. We said intensive farming. It is for twice here. But all right, let's focus on the other. What are the exhaust gases? What does it mean?
I don't know.
Okay, exhaust gases are the ones are the result of any combustion. So for example, whenever we make a barbecue and we use some coal for doing the barbecue, they're not using gas, so it is exhaust gases that are going directly to the environment.
Maybe the black gas of the fabrics.
Maybe yes, of the factories.
Okay.
That's it. All right, thank you very much. What does illegal dumping mean? Illegal dumping. Here we are. Illegal dumping is when a factory or a person who produces something pours the damaging substances into a river, for example, or into the soil, and they pollute. That's illegal dumping.
Okay.
All right, good. What about habitat destruction?
Habitat destruction, when we treat bad our um, our, I don't know, forest, or our where habitat, or we, the places that we convive with animals. I don't know how to say.
That we share with animals.
Share.
Yeah, that's it. And the houses of the little animals. Well, not only the little ones, but also the big ones, no? For example, what is happening in the North Pole, that the polar bears are dying, they are starving, and they don't have the necessary ice for living. All right, so
Yes.
thank you very much. Intensive farming. What does intensive farming mean? Hello?
It's like when we build um, industrial farms to raise animals quickly.
Aha, that's it. That could be intensive farming. Yes, or whenever we grow plants in a very irrational way and we don't let the ground to rest for a little, or we don't use some fertilizers, organic fertilizers. That's it. Yes, that's intensive farming. All right. So what about overpopulation? What is it?
Maybe so many people on the world?
Yeah, yeah, that's it. All right. So what about overgrazing?
I
Oh,
don't know that.
yeah, all right. Don't worry. Overgrazing is whenever we have too many cows, too many sheep, too many horses. They eat grass first, but they are so many animals that they finish with all the grass. And so they turn some prairies into deserts because they eat a lot.
Okay.
All right, so excellent. Now tell me, what about carbon emissions?
It could be something like air pollution.
Yes, excellent. That's it. But carbon emissions are the ones that result for the use of cars, transports, um, trucks, planes, everything that is moved by any fuel, any fossil fuel.
Okay.
All right. So look at this. Here we have some many more words. For example, here we have descriptions. Here it is. Descriptions. We have verbs. We have collocations, more collocations. But if we continue just reading, we are not going to do any practice. So I would like you to help me to use these components so that we can write some sentences that describe what we think about the environmental problems. For example, I could say, it is not good um, to litter. Well, this is a very simple. Excellent, Irma. Excellent. Very good. All right. So, Irma, you can also speak. Now I see your microphone. So if you want to participate, feel free. Oh, all right. So look at this. What we are going to do is some examples like this. Saving the environment includes recycling and the use of clean energies. Here you have another example of what I would like you to do. All right? Yes, please. Let's write in the chat so that we can check grammar and spelling. All right?
Yes, teacher.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay, we are going to. I have to select one.
Yes, you can use some of the exponents. For
All
example,
right.
yes, what I did was to use here, saving the environment includes recycling
Okay.
and the use of clean energies. I use it, but you can combine however you may like.
All right. I don't know how to write. Use it.
Used? Okay, here it is in the
All
chat.
right. I use it. Hmm. I don't know, is correct?
I used biodegradable soap to clean my house. Good. It's in past. It's correct. But
Thanks, teacher.
if it is in present, you can say I used biodegradable. Okay. I used. That's present.
I use. All right. Thank you, teacher.
Thanks to you. All right. So, what about the others?
I need another's. Use another's.
Let's do more. However, you may as many sentences as you can write, so that we can recycle and practice.
Okay. I let me see. I impact of natural resources.
Irma,
I yes.
could I turn your microphone off, because I feel it is causing a little interference? Yes? Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, Francisco wrote, if we produce man-made products a little more consciously, we can reduce the impact on environment. Why consciously? Because conscious is an adjective that modifies a subject, but here you are talking about the way we are producing. So it is correct to use an adverb, consciously, more consciously. Okay, Maria Fernanda, land degradation can be produced by the intensive farming. Good, pretty good. Okay, my pleasure, Francisco. Good. Okay, so Miriam, if we separate garbage, we can help recycling. Hey, that's very good. You know what? I think that the correct form could be we can help to recycle. Okay, Irma, I collocations toxic waste in the correct place. Irma, here instead of collocations, we can say I put toxic waste in the correct place. Um, put I put toxic waste in. All right, anybody else? Come on, kids, don't be shy. Okay, Montserrat Alarcón. I make compost in my home. Instead of in my home, you can say at home. Okay, good. Maria Fernanda, global warming can be reversed if we do something about it. Good, excellent, pretty good. Miriam, we can share the car to help the environment. Good, that's pretty good. Okay, you know what? I think that we should We should stop global warming to avoid endangering species. Okay, Irma wrote, the problem with the pollution is we don't plant more plants. Good. Yes, Irma, very good. It makes sense and it's correct. Okay, Maria Fernanda. If we want clean water, we should stop throwing garbage. But you know what, Fernanda? You can also say we should stop littering. All right. Miriam wrote, not using disposable glasses help the environment. Yes, good. But you know, glasses are the made of glass. If they are made of plastic, then they are beakers. All right, pretty good. Paper cups, yep, it could also be. All right, so look at this. Now I want you to make a discussion. I would like to listen to you talking about how to create a program or how to suggest any solutions for these issues. You are going to be interacting all together, all right? We are going to speak. I don't use straws, and I use my thermo. Do you use? Irma, that's very good. So we could say instead of popotes, we can say straw. And instead of here, do you use? It's a question. All right. So do you use it? Could it be the correct question? So please, let's talk, speak each other. Who is going to start? Who is going to be the first one to speak? We are going to be supposedly.
I, teacher.
All right, Irma. Okay. You have to interact with your classmates and you have to invite them to do something for saving the environment.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
I think one problem is we use so many plastic. I invite you to menos use of the plastic.
To use them less.
To use them less. What are you think about that?
I think that is a good idea. For example, I reuse all the bottles that I already buy, like shampoo or soap, and I reuse them to refill the product.
That is very good.
I'm very cheap.
Yes. What more? Who more want to participate?
Well, I totally agree with you. And I think we can do campaigns to explain how some materials can be recycled or something like that.
Yes.
I agree with all of you, and I think we can make recycle more accessible because some of us don't live in big cities, I think, and we don't have that facilities.
All right. I told you yesterday I go to Starbucks and there have a campaign to don't use more popotes.
Straws.
don't use more straw. What do you think about that?
I think it's very good because the animals are suffering all the consequence about that. I see a photo of a turtle that have a straw in his its
In
noise.
his body, yes.
Yes, it was awful.
Oh, yes, I see it too.
Yes, maybe we could save more animals because they don't have to feel pain.
I have one question. We use the plastic because the companies buy it to us. Don't you think they will make something about every plastic they buy to us? What do you think?
I think that it would be best if it's illegal to use plastic bags. For example, in my city, that is Querétaro,
Yes.
they banned all the plastic bags. So all the shops and all the industry and even in the supermarkets, it's illegal to give to the consumer plastic bags. So it's illegal right now in Querétaro. So I think that it would be better if in all Mexico is the same.
I think too, they don't buy any more plastic. If they don't buy it, we don't consume it. How do you think about do one campaign about this theme?
Come with me.
Yes,
With me too.
oh, well, that is good. Thank you. Well, my participant is all teacher.
All right. Thank you very much. You know what? That was so inspiring and it was so brilliant. So
Thank you.
it was so good. But Francisco, we didn't listen to you. I thought that you have
Okay.
gone.
No, I just wanted to change the topic.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I think we can reduce the greenhouse effect if we stop using deodorant sprays,
Mm-hmm.
and the effect in the ozone layer could be a less damaging.
Uh-huh. Less damaging. That's it. All right. Well, you know what? That was brilliant. Thank you very much for your participation. I don't know if you want to say anything or
Me, we need more hours of conversation with all the group.
yeah, you know what? It was so nice. I really liked it. So, well, thank you very much for your attendance today. Unfortunately, we have to finish because we are waiting for the next group to come. But I promise that next class we are going to have a very interesting topic also, so that you can use all of the vocabulary exponents. All right?
All
Thank
right.
you.
Oh,
Goodbye.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Teacher,
Bye
Yes.
bye.
I came
Can I
late.
stay?
Oh, who, Ingrid?
Yeah, can I stay, Irma?
Irma. Yes, that's it. But you know what? The next class is basic.
All right, I understand. And that's goodbye. Good night, teacher. See you
So
the next
don't worry. You know what? We have a V1 class tomorrow at 8. So if you
uh,
want to come, you're
Yes,
welcome.
I want to recuperate this class. Thank you.
To catch up. All right, thank you. Good
Good night, everyone.
Bye
night.
bye, teacher.
Bye, good
Tomorrow,
night.
Can you
could
correct
I
our
take the class
pronunciation,
too?
please?
But you?
I think I pronounce really bad.
No, you did it well, but maybe there was one or two words that could have been a different pronunciation. For example, what do you feel that was not correct?
Maybe I think there was many. I
There,
don't remember one.
there were many.
Yeah.
Yeah, but well, now in this moment, I couldn't tell you what of them, but
Don't worry. I maybe the next time.
I promise to pay more attention on that issue so that I can correct those little mistakes. They are not so important, but yes, of course, they were.
Okay. Thanks. See you.
Francisco, for the next time, don't be shy. Everyone, we are learning and we are so bad at speaking, so don't worry. We are friends, everyone, and we are not judge. You see,
Judge.
judging or something.
Oh, thanks.
Okay,
Thanks
bye.
for the support.
Hi.
Bye.
Good evening.
All right, good night.